My name is Mark Nyland, and I serve as the Director of Conference Services here at UW Oshkosh, and it's been our privilege to host EAA Airventure guests for over 4 decades. What we try to do with our guest experience is blend the community resource with the campus resource. So in some respects, we see the guests we're serving, many of whom have been coming to us for 25, 30, 35 years, as an extension of our campus community. So we like to see them as almost alumni. Many of them have been here long enough where they could have been alumni. And then we bring the resources of the campus, such as dining services, parking services, recreation management, our beautiful walking trails that come through the campus, and of course the signature piece that we provide is our lodging. So it's the blend of all of those facets and features along with the broader Oshkosh community to make those guests feel very welcome and taken care of. We host the showcase every year. This is year number 16, where we bring together all of those guests on Thursday night at EAA to meet faculty, staff, and students of UWO, so they get a chance to connect with them and understand what's new when they're arriving this year, what's planned for the future, and then furthermore, a chance for them to, as EAA guests, tell their story, because we're all in this together. That's been our philosophy. And it's been a real honor to serve these guests for almost 5 decades. So one of the unique facets of UW Oshkosh is we're in the community of the city of Oshkosh. So when we host our EAA Airventure guests, we are trying to make them feel part of the broader community. So in recognizing that the campus can offer the majority of the resources that they would need, those include the lodging, the dining. We have a community partnership with Oshkosh Transit, Go Transit, where they have a dedicated line that will take all of our 5,000 guests from campus out to the EAA grounds, running from 6:30 in the morning until 11 p.m. all days of the show. That shows how much we value the partnerships that we have with those, in those cases, city facets of the city, but then the Convention and Visitors Bureau. We have in all 10 of our residences community resource tables. So if people want to find out, where do I buy cheese curds? Where do I find a very good beer that maybe that Wisconsin may be famous for? And so many other things. Shopping in the community, perhaps getting down to Milwaukee and seeing the Harley-Davidson Museum, perhaps going up north to Green Bay to see the home of the Green Bay Packers. So we work closely with our Convention and Visitors Bureau to start firstly with what are the resources of Oshkosh and the greater Fox Valley, and then maybe even expanding it. Some of our guests may want to extend their stay in Wisconsin and travel to the Dells for a few days. Again, down to Milwaukee, our capital of Madison. Sometimes people are very intrigued to take that in. That's where our flagship campus, University of Wisconsin-Madison, is. So I think what I'm sharing is that it's a community effort to host. We understand the campus is within the context of a broader community, and we want our guests to feel that all of those resources are available to them. One of the things that we take great pride as a campus is in our history and our traditions and the length of time that we've been around. If you look at our namesake is very prominent. We have a photo and then also a dedicated display. All of our residences are named after faculty members and staff members who've had significant contributions. We tie that to the beautiful and long history, this year being the 50th anniversary of EAA being headquartered in our city. So what we do is work with the Director of Communications out at EAA. His name is Dick Napinski. Every year Dick comes to speak to our staff. Firstly, to talk about what is the history of the organization. How did EAA choose Oshkosh as its headquarters? And then on an annual basis, he talks about what is unique and special about this year's Airventure. The unique part of that is our staff sometimes get a little bit of a preview. So they feel special in knowing what are the acts coming in, what are the special features this year. And then Dick is also able to pay tribute to the long-standing relationship between EAA as an entity and an organization and the campus. There are beautiful hotels in the community that have served the needs of our EAA guests for many, many years. The campus sees ourselves as a hotel times 10 in offering 10 residence halls. Each of those halls is uniquely different. Some of our guests will specifically request a building based on their tradition of staying in it. Some it may be as simple as I want air conditioned versus non-air conditioned. Some say I want to be on a 10th floor versus a first floor. But there are other guests who say, I've stayed in Gruenhagen for all 30 years and I want to stay in that building again. So I think you look at the long and storied histories of the university, you couple that with the city of Oshkosh, and then you include EAA's 50 years in Oshkosh community. It's the blend of three tremendous entities to host our EAA Airventure guests. So this is our central headquarters. This is Gruenhagen Conference Center. The physical address of this building is 208 Osceola Street, 208 Osceola. Every EAA Airventure guest, whether domestic or international, would literally enter these front doors and then immediately be greeted by staff on that opening day of Saturday and Sunday. All guests then proceed to our guest reservation center. That guest reservation center is open 24 hours per day, staffed by undergraduate, graduate, and graduate students at UWO, along with other professionals from our campus. One of the signature elements is that those staff are trained and equipped to not only speak to the resources of the campus, how do you properly check in, how do you make a reservation, how can you confirm your next year's reservation, but then also where do you dine in the community, giving suggestions on restaurants, cabulant services, go transit services, all the things that do basic and maybe advanced caretaking of our guests. So again, Gruenhagen has always been the central headquarters throughout our history, and people refer to it as the Gruen sometimes, Gruenhagen, Gruenhagen. It doesn't really matter to us what it's called, it's just everyone literally knows this is where they enter to begin their EAA Airventure experience. One of the most unique elements of our guest reservations process is welcoming guests from around the world. We have 50 states represented annually. Every year, all 50 states are represented. And typically on campus, we can have as many as 30 countries represented. Today, I'm joined by our special guest from France. And you can see there may be groups who join us. They may come as a group of 10 to 20. There are other groups from Brazil and New Zealand, Australia, England, Germany. Those groups sometimes will have as many as 100 individuals traveling together. The most important piece for us is that we make them feel welcome to our campus. And so I say in French, bonjour. Bonjour. Well, tying this guest reservation center to what I stated earlier, we have some rich resources, 10 different residence halls, including our conference center. So the physical resource of the campus. We talked a little bit about dining, our transit services, and of course our lodging. The most important element of our resource throughout our 50-year partnership with EAA are our human resources, our people. And we are here 24 hours a day, year after year, when we receive both anecdotal feedback, guests stating this was a great experience, or the literal feedback that we receive via our evaluations. Without question, the most important element is the friendliness, the kindness, the sincerity, and furthermore, the knowledge that our staff possess. This room is where literally every guest will come into direct human contact. And that is an important facet of our operation, that during the academic year, you're going to be talking to someone literally over the phone. We will respond via email and say, can I call you? When you arrive as a guest, you have human connection. And for us, again, that is the signature element. UW Oshkosh staff serving the needs of EAA Airventure guests.
To make a reservation, you can either call us or email us. Our number is 920-424-3226, and our email is uwoeaa@lists.uwosh.edu. You can visit our website at uwosh.edu/go/uwoeaa housing, and the link will be in this video as well.
We hope to see you soon.